Methinks this may have seen a car wash or two. Oh boy. Hey guys, we're jumping right into it. We've got a BMW in today. We actually coated this about 1.5 years back with Owner's Pride coating, and the last time the customer brought it in for maintenance check, noticed we had a few small issues with the hydrophobics. I said we might want to think about maybe reapplying a new coating. They were totally fine with that. So we're actually going to be applying a new coating for them, but we have to do a good strip wash, a polish. We do have some damage. We're just doing kind of a quick paint enhancement because realistically, if the customer's going to be using the automatic car wash to maintain their vehicle, with which they're an older couple, they've already said it's just convenient. That's what we're going to do. There's no point in me dialing in that paint and perfecting it. So we're just going to do a really good quick paint enhancement, clean the paint more than anything, remove whatever coating is left behind, and then we're going to go ahead and apply. This may not apply to a authorized installer only product because there are some coatings that they may require like wet sanding to remove, but most prosumer grade kind of levels like this, a good polish is really all you're going to need. So let's go ahead and inspect what's going on, and then we'll get it prepped for our new coating. So the thunderstorms are actually starting to roll in now, and took the canopy down because I didn't want to get struck by lightning, so we're pausing it, but we're actually going to use this rainwater as a way to determine what's going on with the hydrophobics. And personally, there's something there, but it's definitely falling flat, and that's what I was saying the last time that I saw this customer's vehicle, that we were having some issues with weakness with the coating. So we're going to do a good strip wash. I'll share with you guys the soaps that we're going to be using and the process. We're just going to be doing that in time lapse because I am battling a little bit of uncooperative weather. It's really bad lightning, so we're just sitting this one out until maybe some of the lightning stops because I'm not looking to die today. But we'll definitely get this washed and prepped. And for those of us here in Pennsylvania, you can thank me for this rain because I just washed my Subaru. It's like a rain dance every time I wash my vehicle, isn't that right? But man, is it pouring. Oftentimes, because I am doing reviews or demonstrations of products for this channel, I will do promotions where I will offer a discounted price to customers for me to apply a product that maybe it doesn't have a lot of research to know what kind of durability they're going to get. And this was actually one of those instances where we did a promotional price for a coating. The customer knew going into it that this wasn't going to be a 4-year, 5-year, 6-year durability claim. We were kind of just testing it out just to see real-world durability. So although it didn't necessarily exceed or, live up to the expectations, I feel like it's done a decent job of protecting the customer's vehicle, but because of the maintenance route that they're going to be taking, we recommended that we apply something a little bit more durable, especially going into wintertime. We've got like wave number 2 coming through. I just keep hearing siren after siren down the road. It must have been in either a pretty bad accident or a tree struck by lightning, but it's like a constant rumble. Like the man upstairs is moving furniture. I'm not afraid of getting wet, but I am afraid of getting struck by lightning. So we're gonna sit this one out, see what happens. My husband actually saw the vehicle with all the beading on it, and he's like, "Why are you stripping this to apply a new coating? It's not what I'm liking, what I'm seeing." And especially the customer, he is the type of customer that he notices swirls and scratches, and there's quite a few on this from the car wash. Realistically, a lot of these coatings out there, when they put these durability claims on them, 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 9 years. I was actually just talking to an owner of a company who has his own coating, and he's like, we don't really push those year issues a lot of times because there's so many elements that can go into a coating giving you durability. They give you these claims, and they're kind of giving you a guesstimate of how many times you're going to wash your vehicle in a calendar year, but they're not anticipating, maybe they are anticipating, but there's no way for them to calculate chemicals from the automatic car wash, salt, road film, lack of maintenance, improper maintenance, etc. So all these products that we say 5 years, 7 year, on average, the best I'm seeing is 2.5 years, and that's majority of vehicle or a majority of coatings that I've seen at like a 5-year durability claim. Around that 2-year mark, your hydrophobics are going to really start to taper off. But I'm also seeing where there may be some issues with water spot staining or swirls and scratches starting to accumulate from maintenance and love and just use. And so that's where you might want to consider a paint enhancement and reapply a coating. For me personally here at my shop, that's why I try to keep my coating packages affordable for customers, because in 2 years, if they want to come back, this is a repeat customer. He's not balking at the price that I gave him because the first price was affordable. This price is affordable. He knows that in 2-3 years, if he wants to bring it back, it's still going to be affordable. Because for me, I buy products that are going to perform, but they're affordable for me as well. A lot of the authorized installer products, once you start getting it to $200 a bottle, it's going to be really expensive for me to install it. But if I can keep my costs down with a quality product that's affordable, I'm going to be able to have repeat customers that are going to tell their neighbors, they're going to tell their coworkers. I'm going to get more work from that. So I'm not normal. Most people don't think like me when it comes to coatings. I try to offer affordable products, value for my customers, but I try to be realistic. I try to educate my customers on the reality of what their vehicles are going to be exposed to. I don't offer any sort of warranties or guarantees on products. I'd say, oh, I'll reapply because there was an issue with the product. Well, a lot of that is what I'm seeing with car wash swirls and the automatic car wash and strong soaps. It's going to weaken it. So there's a lot that's going on within this, but I still think we're going to go ahead and do our strip wash as much as possible chemically. And then from there, we'll do our paint enhancement, which is going to clean the paint, remove whatever coating is left behind. And we'll obviously inspect that, make sure we have a flat panel. And then we'll go forward with our coating. But I think we're ready to go. We might wash it. And I know what you're thinking. Why am I hosing down the vehicle when it just got done raining all over it? Well, this is just to kind of blast off any of the larger dirt that might still be stuck on. And then we're going to come in with my foam cannon and we're going to do a foaming pre-soak with Wash Chems Pro 100. This is a high alkaline, almost touchless soap, but it's going to help weaken and strip anything that might be on the vehicle as far as road film, tar, etc. And even after just doing this step, I could tell the hydrophobics were greatly weakened just by this soap alone because it's high alkaline. Then we're going to actually follow up with a contact wash with McKee's 37, their coating prep auto wash. For those of you that are looking to coat a vehicle or perform a lot of ceramic coatings, this is one soap that I would highly recommend that you have in your arsenal. It does a really nice job. If you have any sort of old waxes or sealants on a vehicle, this is going to help strip those right off. And you can actually see after using these two soaps what kind of hydrophobics we have left over compared to what we had when it was raining and a nice gentle drizzle on it. When we hit it with our high pressure water, you can see we've got almost a slow sheeting. Now, this is a product that if you flood it, it's going to be a rapid sheeter when it's fresh, but now we've just kind of got slow sheeting going on. So we're going to go ahead and do our contact wash with our coating prep auto wash. Once we are done with that, we are going to come in with our chemical decon and our clay towel treatment, and we're just going to clean the paint and prep it for our polish step. Once I was done with the clay towel and the chemical decon, our paint was all but flat. So by itself, without any sort of polishing on this coating, we were able to all but strip the coating off chemically versus having to be really aggressive on the paint. So now when I come in to do my polish step, I'm not going to have to be near as aggressive chasing any remaining coating. All right, we are done with our wash chemical decon clay towel treatment. Just seeing the paint with the sun hitting it, it finally is starting to clear. I do see quite a bit of swirls on this. They're the thinner lines all over it that are indicative of the car wash brushes. You can just see all up and down, just little micro scratches all over the vehicle. If I were to hit it with my swirl finder light, we're definitely going to see a lot of micro swirls from the car wash brush. So again, that's going to change how we kind of approach this vehicle, knowing how they're going to be maintaining it. And you saw that even though this had a coating on there, a ceramic coating, this is the reason why I actually stopped using that coating, because I found that it wasn't very chemically resistant. I hit it with a higher pH foaming pre-soak soap, and it definitely flattened it, weakened it just with a non-contact wash. Then we came in with our coating prep wash, chemical decon clay towel treatment, and especially the hood area, it was all but removed. Our lower panels were pretty flat. Some of that could have been soap residue, but a majority of that is that our panels are already pretty naked. So at this point, a light polish is all that I really need to prep for the coating. And again, we're going to have to hit it with my paint thickness gauge just to see what kind of paint we have to work with, to see how we address it. But getting paint perfection in this moment is not realistic. So we're getting ready to start our paint enhancement, and we actually already did a paint thickness gauge using the Next PTG paint thickness gauge. I'm going to put the link for this down below. This is a remarkable device. I actually am able to download an app, and it shows everything right up on my screen. You can calibrate it very easily if you're looking for one of the best paint thickness gauges on the market. This is definitely a product that you want to have in store, and I'm glad that I have it, especially for in this moment. After doing several readings all over the vehicle, the average paint thickness on this vehicle is like 3.5, 3.4. We've got a couple spots that it's in the 4.0 mils, but the average is going to be in the high 3s. And that's getting dangerously thin. This isn't an older vehicle, but I did polish it once before. When we look at the paint with my swirl finder light, let me just pull this out for you guys. This is my Astro 50 SL Max. You can see we do have quite a bit of love marks from the automatic car wash. We do have kind of a different color going on here. I'm wondering if that was a respray at some point, because it doesn't look like the color matches that front bumper. But the paint, for the most part, has more car wash swirls than really big scratches. So that should actually refine down pretty well with just a paint enhancement. Majority of these light swirls, they're going to polish out very quickly. Now, BMW paint, German paint, typically tends to be more on the hard side. It's not going to be very soft. It's not going to be like a white pad or an orange pad. We're probably going to hit this with a yellow foam pad, and we're going to test out the Oberk medium polish just to be able to do a one-step on this. It's going to give us decent correction. I could also probably try something like a 3D1, but we are definitely keeping this a one-step. We're going to figure out what pad is going to give us the best results as far as to finish down properly. I could come in with a white pad, possibly even an orange pad, but because the paint is harder, it's not going to do much in ways of correction. So if we're going to go through this process to actually remove the coating, refine some of the love marks that are on this vehicle, just more than anything enhance the gloss, remove some of the finer swirls that are on it, I think the yellow foam pad and the Oberk medium polish, their sole, I think that's what we're going to test out first. So we're going to go ahead and do our test spot, and we'll see what kind of results we can get. So we just did a quick test spot, like 2 passes, because again, I am doing more of a paint enhancement than really chasing every swirl and scratch. But even just 2 quick passes with our yellow foam pad, you can actually see where I stopped. And this is one of the issues with the automatic car wash. It's going to dull the finish of your paint. It can actually dry it out. Even if you have a ceramic coating on there, if you're using really harsh soaps, it can actually dull the finish. You've got some swirls and scratches that are just going to give it kind of a faded appearance, and it can dry it out. So we've replenished the paint. We've been able to put the polishing oils back into it to darken it, enrich it. So that's a big difference right there. Just 2 quick passes. You can actually see where I stopped here. So we're going to keep moving with this process. It is about, I believe it's about 6:30 right now. It was a longer day for me with office work, but we're going to go ahead and zip through the paint enhancement. Let's see how much we can get done in about an hour. we are all done with our paint enhancement. I just got done doing a quick test of the hydrophobics just to kind of show you guys. Because of the spray pattern, it's going to obviously show a little bit of missing action, but you can see how much it's just kind of sticking to the panel when I flood it. So at this point, I would say that we are good to go, that we don't have to have any sort of issues questioning if the coating is going to bond to the paint. I believe the 2-3 passes that we did with the Oberk Soul Polish did a really good job of not only removing a lot of the swirls and scratches that were on the paint. We got about, I would say, 75% correction. There were some deeper rids, but even on this back section here, you can recall there was a lot of holograms almost from the car wash brush marks. And you can see now we've just got really nice gloss, metallic flake. Paint looks really nice. We did our panel prep wipe with Carpro Eraser. And now we're pretty much ready to apply our coating. We got our glass coated. That's out of the way. Interior's done. Now we can focus on our paint and get that coated. And I've done tons of videos on how to apply coatings in the past. We're going to be working with the McKees 37, their graphene. I just kind of decided to go that route because for what the customer wanted, he actually said, I know I'm going to go through the car wash. I know it's going to get abused. Give me something that's going to be chemically resistant, that's going to last. He's not looking for a 5-year product. He's just looking for something that's going to give him easier maintenance, chemical resistance versus a wax and sealant, because he doesn't have the time to dedicate to applying a wax or sealant like you would typically, just because he's getting older. He doesn't have as much energy. So I think for what he's looking for, that's going to fit the bill. I'm not going to be worried about, 2, 3, 4-year, 5-year durability, because the customer understands there's proper maintenance that needs to be followed to get that durability or close to that durability. He's not going to do that at this point. We were just looking to remove the old coating, clean up the paint, reapply new coating that's going to be giving him 1 to 2 years. Now, obviously, in the future, if we have to remove this coating and move forward with something different, any sort of polish work that we do is going to be quick, not going to be very aggressive. When we come in and take a look at the paint, what I did not remove a lot of the clear coat. We're still at like that 3.4, 3.5 most panels. But I'm not going to say, let's do this every 2 years, because every time, even though you're removing that ceramic coating that is bonded with your clear, you're also shaving off some of the clear coat. So again, we don't want to be super aggressive every time. We don't want to do this every 2-3 years. But the average lifespan of a vehicle, let's say 5 to 10 years, I think we should be good with this vehicle. So, all right, guys, what do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. How would you approach a situation like this when you've got a failed coating or a weakened coating from kind of abuse? Customer wants to reapply a new coating to kind of start fresh. What would be your approach? What do you guys think? Was I kind of off in my approach on this? I know that this may not be the only way to do things. Most of you would probably say this isn't the type of customer that they should have a coating. They should just do a wax or sealant. But when they're older, they're willing to pay for it. They understand the pros and cons. They move forward with it anyways. How would you guys approach it? So let me know in the comment section down below. But thank you for watching. Hopefully this can add some value to you guys. For those of you that have tried out ceramic coatings and maybe it's near the end of its life, or you just want to try something different, this is how I would approach it. Some coatings professionally installed may require a heavier level of compounding. Some even require wet sanding. But we were fortunate that because this was not the most chemically resistant coating, that we were able to weaken most of it chemically and then do a quick polish to kind of remove what was left behind. So thanks for watching. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. Let me know your questions, comments down below. We'll put the link to the products that we used on this video down below, as well as all of my favorites for my detailing. Make sure you guys use coupon code Chelsea10 at Car Supplies Warehouse if you guys want to pick up any of these products for yourself to test out. But thanks guys for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Have a great day. So for those of you that wanted to see what that recoating process looks like, it was pretty straightforward, as if I was applying a coating for the first time to this vehicle. We're working with the McKees 37, their graphene coating. As far as I could see, there were no issues with streaking or that the coating was kind of wanting to be repelled by the first coating that was on there. I believe we were able to remove a majority of it through our chemical and polish steps. So I was very happy with how this turned out. You'll see in just a second the end result, and it was really impressive. But I've been using this coating a lot more because for those customers that they tend to use the automatic car wash, which I'm finding more and more, that's just the reality because it's convenient. I'm wanting something something a little bit more chemically durable. And this coating, actually, out of the 15 coatings that I recently tested, out of all of the retail coatings, it was the most durable that I have found, and it was extremely user-friendly, very affordable. So for those reasons, that's why we chose this coating, because I felt like it was going to be able to withstand a lot of the torture that it might be exposed to. But the customer did say she's going to try to avoid those in the future, so hopefully we don't have those issues like we did in the past. But here's the end result for our BMW. It turned out so good. Once the sun came out and we were able to see the gloss on this, it was breathtaking. The customer was so happy with the end result. She knows going forward, if she wants the coating to last, what kind of steps she needs to take to maintain it. Hopefully we'll see it back in about 6 months for our maintenance wash, but I was really happy with how it turned out, and the customer was as well. So at the end of the day, job well done. I'm going to put the link to all the products that I use down below, but thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section down below. But that's a wrap for this detail. We'll see you in the next one. Have a wonderful day.